Craig, the old rule for passing shots was why not go for one? What's the new rule?
The old rule came about in a time when we didn't have statistics in tennis. The new rule is all about following those stats. So we have them right here. The passing shot is going to be either a winner or an error. 35% of the time, it's a winner. 65% of the time, it's an error. You wonder, are those stats good or bad? As a general rule, anything at 50% or above, keep doing it. Anything below 50%, and this is way below 50%, is you need to question it or maybe move away from it.
Sure. So obviously there are times to go for passing shots. We're going to talk about those, but there are better shots to be hitting if, when the ball comes to you, the passing shot might be one option, but you have other options you could default to. And so those might be more attractive shots. So what would those be in some, in a match situation?
Exactly. So if you're the serving team and you've served and stayed back, you're wanting to make the returner uncomfortable. You're in a role of the setter and the spiker. So if you can get the ball deep, make them take a big step, make them open up the racket face, make them have to slice, your net player is going to feast at the net. A passing shot is only good if it's in two situations. If you're absolutely forced into it, or it's extremely obvious. So let's go through a couple of those situations.
Let's start with the extremely obvious.
Yes. So let's say in this situation, we're the serving team down here. The serve has gone in. Nice serve. The return has come back out wide. And let's toggle our net player. So the server is here, and our net player is gone early. They're going over to the center. They think it's a great idea to go and poach this ball in the middle. And let's have a look at what we've got. We've got a huge area to take that shot down the line. That is a very obvious one. And it's really caused or came about because the person on the other side at the net, the returner's partner, was simply in the wrong position.
Okay. So that's an obvious situation where we're going to go, in this case, behind the poaching net player. And it's also good when you have somebody who's super aggressive and you want to neutralize them. What is a situation where we're forced into it?
When you're pulled way off the court, the opponent has had a good angle, you're running hard, and quite often that ball is getting back behind you, and the only shot you've got is to go down the line. It's actually almost impossible to go and take that shot cross court. So when you get pulled off the court and the ball's behind you, this may be the only shot that you have. Maybe you could also throw a lob up.
Sure.
Also a good option. But sometimes the passing shot is dictated because it's low and it's hard and you can't get the grip around and you can't lob. So you have to go for that shot. Use more spin. Whenever you get in trouble on a court, you're also looking to shorten your swing and you're also looking to add more spin. So in this vulnerable situation out wide, use your wrist, go for a flick. It's not about power. It's about getting the ball up and down and trying to stay in the point.
And the advantage, if you can call it that, when you're off the court like this, is the ball is tailing into the court.
Correct.
So you're probably not going to miss it wide like you might if you go for a passing shot here, and now the ball very much can tail off the court if you're trying to get it by a player there. So that is the one, if you want to, if you're under pressure and you're forced to go over that, not great, but the one advantage is that ball tails into the court now.
The analytics are very, very clear here. When you go for a passing shot, you're going to hit one winner. You're also going to make two errors. So make sure you're having, a really good talk to yourselves. Like, do I really need to hit this? Could I go back cross court? Could I stay in the point? Could I play some defense? Or is this the exact right time to pull the trigger on that passing shot?
Craig, now our opponents are 2 up, and you pretty much have to go for a passing shot, right?
Well, this situation, we've got the ball down low. It's difficult to lob. So you've got to go for that pass. And here are your options. The first thing that you're probably going to gravitate to is going down the line. Make sure you are balanced. Make sure contact's out in front. It doesn't need to be that big. Certainly look to the other side of the court and see if the opponent's leaning, and that can be a very viable option. Another one is to go short angle cross court, spin, elevates here. You're using your wrist more. You're getting the ball up and down. But those two options are secondary. Your number one pass is low through the middle of the court. You're splitting the two players. You're creating confusion between the net players. You're getting the ball down low and using the net as a weapon as well. Height of the net's 3 foot in the middle, so anything as a contact point below 3 foot is to your advantage. Quite often we go for the spectacular out wide. It is far better to hit that passing shot through the middle of the court.
And another reason for that is because let's say you go for the pass, but one of these two players gets a racket on it. If you're able to keep it low, then your partner, so you keep it low, and then the volley is going to come up through the middle like that. That gives your partner the opportunity to go pick that off. And we know from the stats that when the net player is hitting a volley as the last shot, it's 65% of the time it's going to be a winner. Only 35% of the time it's going to be an error. So this is almost a way to upgrade to a better way to end the point, right? It's more, the stats are way better for you.
When we're looking at the two wide versions, it's really the back player saying, I'm going to go and win the point. In the middle, that's certainly still part of the discussion, but we're also hitting the ball to bring the net player into play. So good teamwork there.